TRIFREEZE.
Alright, so we're doing like some R&B today. Just follow me on IG at @therealtrifreeze. It really means a lot. And then join the Discord, link in description. And for this video, it's gonna be a little bit different. So basically, I use a starter and the sample, which is where I took somebody else's work and kind of built off of it. It's from our collab kit coming soon. It's like an R&B kit. So yeah, basically I'm gonna hop on a Discord call with them and kind of like break it down. And then just do like the regular video, breaking down my half of the sample and then the beat I made with it. So yeah, let's go and get into that. Alright, by the way, I just want to say, how late is it for you right now?
It's 3 a.m.
3 a.m. No way, dude.
My sleeping mode is so up, bro.
You're a real one for doing this at 3 a.m. Like, that's dedication. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it over with then.
Firstly, let me show you how the original starter sounded like. Okay, here is the MIDI for the first sound I got. I got this sound from Flux. This is the ARP-815M preset. You can find it right here. It's playing like an ARP. For example, you play it at one chord, it makes like this beautiful melody. And now let me explain and break down how I made this chord progression. We're working in a key of C minor. I just started from B, C to C minor 7th chord, but I inverted this note right here. And then we build a dominant chord, but let me explain. You can see these little out of key note right here, but you're just making like a simple minor 7th chord. We don't making the 5th chord minor, we making it major. Pitch this note one semitone up because this will create something called the dominant 7th chord. Yeah, and that's the really pretty common trick in R&B and jazz music. And then I just inverted this note. If you will write comments about this note, this sounds out of key, bro, I will find you and I will kill you. And now I'm gonna show you the trident substitution trick. We're repeating the same trick we did with this chord. We're just making it not minor, we're making it major. And then I just inverted this note. You can hear some jazzy vibes in this for sure, bro. The next chord we got is just a simple A sharp major chord, but we add in the 6th note and the 9th note. So we have an A sharp major 6th 9th chord, and I just inverted this D note. What chord is next? Oh no, bro, it's a normal chord. What the G sharp major 7th chord, bro, with the inverted C note. And then we got the same chord we got right here. It's our dominant 7th chord. And for the bass notes, I just pick all these dudes, pitch them down one octave, and then I decided to replace this note with the C note. And then I just put some random notes to create some kind of counter melody. This is how it sounds without the effects. Here I cut some of the lows and pushing up the highs. I wanted to make an accent from this noise, but it was a little bit too much, so I decided to just cut all the noises that I didn't like. Then I threw on this Chords plugin, and this was just the guitar rubble preset. And then I put a fruity stereo shaper with a stereo rise 2 preset because I like my loops and samples sound super wide. And then I have one more EQ just to cut some of the low end from the mid. And then I just have the vocal chops from the arcade. Super easy to explain, like, okay, here is the preset, here is the notes. Oh no, why they're so small? Yeah, big notes. This is how it sounds without the effects. Oh no, but bro, it sounds super cringy without effects. Firstly, I got this EQ to cut a lot of the frequencies. Then I got one more EQ just to cut some of the harsh frequencies and some more of the high end. Then I got a fruity stereo shaper with the 𝕊𝕌𝔹𝕊𝘂 preset again. And then just a simple pop filter pro reverb with the default settings. And that's all. Let's go. Goodbye.
So yeah, that was super dope, man. I really didn't do anything much to the sample. I just kind of dragged it in. Like I didn't flip it at all or anything. And then after that, I just added these keys in here. So basically, I just found this sound from Addictive Keys. It's a modern upright piano. I use a Time Flies preset. Super simple, and really, since I didn't have the MIDI, I just kind of did it by ear. I don't even know what kind of chord this is. Basically, just kind of like listen to the starter and then put in some notes that I thought would sound good. It's not like the exact chords, but it sounds good, you know what I'm saying? And then of course I just added these top notes to just kind of align with the arpeggio on the sample. I just had an EQ, and then I had an effect rack. Found a preset in here, I think it was the spaces. I used the dark inflections. It gave me this like a reverb. And then I just added one more effects rack with a tremolator on it. I changed this to 1/8 right here. Moved up the accent a little bit just to give it like a rhythm. If I turn the mix level up to like 100%, it sounds like this. But I just wanted like a little bit of that. Just to give it a little bit of like volume fluctuations, and then just an RC20. And I turned off everything else except for the magnetic, and then a wobble, of course. So yeah, and then I found this bass that one of my guys sent me. It was a Beast by Luke, I think. But this is the best bass I've ever used, like ever, and it's a one shot. So I'll leave this linked in the description, but yeah, it sounds like this. So yeah, onto the drums. So of course I just dropped the sample in, and I added an EQ to cut out the lows, and a wave sound shifter to pitch it down 2 semitones because I thought it sounded better that way. So yeah, first off, I just added a snare. And I just pasted that over. So it's really a layered snare. There's actually 2 snares. It's actually more of a rim shot. And the second one sounds like this. I highly recommend you layer stuff, especially in R&B, because a lot of the times it's super hard to find the right sound. One sound is probably not going to work. Like I even layer the hi-hats down here. So yeah, the first rim shot right here was from Drumstar V4. It's a totally free kit that you can get, link in description. And then the second one in here was also from Drumstar V4. And then of course I just had an EQ to really boost the main part of the snare, boost the high end, and then take out the low end. And then I just added a really light reverb. So after that, I just had these hi-hats. I really played with the velocities down here to kind of give it a swing, and then had like a weird outro thing right here. And then I went to note pan, and I panned this roll, and I panned this roll to the right, and this roll to the left. And yes, I also layered that hi-hat because the first one was a little too small in my opinion. It sounded like this. And it's just a little weak, you know what I'm saying? Like I want something to kind of support it. I want to add like some body to it. It just sounds so much better. So the first hi-hat right here was from Drumstar V5. It's like the 5th installment of Drumstar, and then the second one was from the same kit. Oh yeah, by the way, I pitched these down 2 semitones. So this is C right here, 1, 2. I had a reverb and just an EQ on that. So after that, I had this 808. This 808 was so hard to find. Like I wanted the perfect 808. Basically nothing was working until I found this 808 right here, and I tweaked it and it just sounded perfect. So let me just kind of turn the rest of the drum zone so you can kind of see where I was going with it. And yeah, I made sure to add like these little cuts right here. I had one right here, and then I had one right here, and then one right here. Really kind of give it character. Instead of just running out, I just had it stop right here. And then right here, I of course pull this back just to make it sound a little bit consistent. And then right here, instead of pulling this back, what I did was I put a roll all the way down here. So yeah, super simple. This was a 𝕊𝕆𝙕 Mercury 808. It's funny because it's actually a super trap 808. I'll put the link in the description for this, by the way, too. So without any effects, it sounds like this. And then I just had a fruity parametric EQ to just kind of lessen a lot of the character, because the main composition of the 808 is really good for R&B, but the extra high end and all the bells and whistles on it was not. And then I just had a fruity fastest, selected the overdrive preset right here, and then I just turned the mix level down. And then I just had one more EQ to push down some of the 300 to 400 hertz range. And then I just found like a really thumpy clean kick. I didn't want anything distorted, I just wanted something really simple but hard. I just had an EQ to take out some highs, and then a soft clipper because it was a little too loud before. You want it to punch, but you don't want it too loud. So without it, it sounds like this. The kick is just too loud, so I just turned it down a little bit. And then I just had this Perc Loop right here. I just pasted all that over. So basically what I did was I just found the Perc Loop from Jumpstar V5 and I just kind of chopped it up. So before, I think it sounded like this right here. You can just take this out right here, move this over, and just reverse it. So I just kind of played around with it like that. And then make sure when you do that, by the way, to turn this thing to at least generic, but I use smooth. Nothing but an EQ on that. And then I had another Perc Loop right here to just give it just a little bit more rhythm in between the notes. And this one was also from Jumpstar V5. And yeah, I didn't chop it up at all. I just kind of stretched it to 4 bars right here. And then I just had one more. I promise this is the last one, you know what I'm saying? Just to give it just a little bit more bounce. It was like some kind of triangle thing. And that was from the Capital Drum Kit 4 by Simon Servita. It was the Triangle Loop 4. Like, I am in love with this loop right here. It sounds so good. So yeah, you can find out like these Perc loops and like just random drum kits. You can search on YouTube like Perc Loop Kit, you know, stuff like that. Or you can just record them, you know what I'm saying? Just anything like that and you just kind of filter it. Then just this transition right here. It sounds super nice, man. I'll leave this in the description too, but I just had 2 EQs on that just to remove some lows and some highs. And then finally right here where the 808 stops, just had a vocal. Just to give it just a little bit more, you know, like some kind of unique bounce or twist. That was from the Anyway Well Drum Kit Volume 1. And without any effects, it sounds like this. So I just added a EQ, a reverb, another EQ, and then just a delay. And yeah, that was the whole beat.
TRIFREEZE.
So yeah, if you got something from this tutorial, please let me know in the comments. It would really mean a lot. And man, again, shout out to HATEsound, man. Go subscribe to his YouTube, man. It's in the description. He posts hella loop kits, all that kind of stuff is super fire. And yeah, till next time.